I'd like to welcome in now Senior Fellow at Defense Priorities and host of Daniel Davis Deep Dive on YouTube, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis. So good to see you again, Lieutenant Colonel. Thank you for your time.
You too, Nichole.
So we know Hamas has not explicitly rejected this proposal. Do you see that as potential progress?
I'd love to say yes, but I can't, because it's actually depending on who you talk to. I know the Secretary Blinken said that Israel has agreed, but when you listen to other Israeli leaders, they haven't agreed. They said that there's still some things that they want that they're not getting. And then on the other side, you have Hamas, and of course Blinken has always said that Hamas is the long pole in the tent, and they're the ones that are sticking. But Hamas released a statement a couple of hours ago that emphatically says that we are not the ones that are stopping this. We want to negotiate ceasefire. They're looking for something. I think it was the June 5th UN sponsored that the U.S. actually sponsored in the UNSC for a ceasefire, immediate ceasefire. They said they want that one, which is a three-phase process, which so far Israel is not agreeing to, and that's one of the bigger problems. And look, you also you can't get past the hard realities of this, that Israel assassinated the senior negotiator that they're trying to work with in Hamas at the end of July, and that's obviously putting a big roadblock in some things here. But both sides have some things that are important to them that they said they're not willing to negotiate. So I don't know that we're really that close.
So possibly some mixed messaging here, and that's not necessarily new throughout these months of fighting. But Secretary Blinken called this latest push for a deal, quote, probably the best, probably the last opportunity. So what happens if this attempt yet again does not work?
Well, what it appears that he's saying when you read some of the other reports is that he's trying to say, hey, we need to get this before Iran does anything in retaliation for the assassination of the Hezbollah leader, or the leader that was invited to their inauguration of their president a couple of weeks ago. And we're trying to avoid any Iranian response to that. And the belief is that if that happens before there's any kind of a ceasefire, that'll gum up the ceasefire works. But I'm not sure that those things are directly correlated, because we're basically asking Iran not to respond when their capital city was one of their invited guests was assassinated in their capital. And we want it to be to the benefit of the U.S. and Israel, and I'm not sure that they're going to hold off on that. So I'm not sure that's a good basis for us to try to pin our hopes.
Right. No, very good point there. Lieutenant Colonel, months of talks, at this point really have circled the same issues. And we know that Israel says that, really this war can only end ultimately with the destruction of Hamas. Is that a realistic goal at this point?
No, it's never been a realistic goal. I've been, pounding that from the desktop really all the way back to October, after the Israelis first went into the Gaza Strip, is that they are just creating so many more enemies than ever they destroy with the actual Hamas fighters. And you can see, like, I think it was just yesterday, or maybe it was earlier today, another 12 kids were killed when a school was attacked. And of course, the Israeli side and the U.S. always say, well, collateral damage. But, forget about the titles. If you're the father of one of those 12 kids, even if you had nothing to do with Hamas or even hated them, but now then with your kids have been killed, of course, you're going to now try to go after the people who killed your family members. And that's just like times 10 every day when this kind of thing happens. So however many Hamas fighters have been killed, there's more people that are now taking up arms against Israel than even existed on October the 7th. And as long as you keep going down that path and you don't have a negotiation, you don't have a ceasefire, all you're doing is building up more and more animosity toward the Israeli side. And I just don't see how this ends.
All right. Well, I know that our conversation has to end right now, but we'll have you back to talk more about this. Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.